Hey guys, it's me, Frigiduck, and guess what time it is? Nope, wrong again, it's tier list time. Today I'm making a tier list for every mission in ULTRAKILL up until Violence. I'm going to be ranking them based on how fun and unique they are, the complexity of their arenas, and how cool their secrets are. You got all that? Cool, let's get into it. Alright, we are ULTRAKILLing, but not really. I'm ranking the ULTRAKILLing. So, we're going to be going in chronological order for the most part. I'm going to be ranking the Prime Sanctums last. Alright, first off, 0-1, Into the Fire. It's a good introductory level in my opinion, but it doesn't really have anything too special about it. Doesn't really have anything special at all aside from the funny pipe clip. And also that way to skip the intro room so you don't have to pick up the revolver. It's a pretty neat secret there that allows you to do a true weaponless run. Yeah, aside from those, it's pretty plain, so I'll just slap it in B tier. Now, 0-2, the Meat Grinder. That's a much nicer level because it introduces a swords machine, and it also has the entrance to 0-S. So it has two cool secrets. Like the entrance to the secret level, where you get the skull by going up into the vent, which is pretty neat. You look up, and you're like, oh, there's a hole there. You go out there, there's a skull, and you're like, oh my god. And it's just pretty cool. And then that secret swords machine encounter is also really nice with, you know, the lead up to it by seeing all the swords. No, there's only one swords machine. I'm stupid. Like, just seeing the swords machine go between rooms, just killing and killing. But yeah, I think that's really cool. So I'm gonna put the Meat Grinder in A. Actually, no, I'm gonna move these down like 2 tiers. Yeah, alright, Double Down, 0-3. Not as memorable as the Meat Grinder in my opinion, but still pretty memorable. Definitely more so than 0-1. Actually, no, I'm gonna move this back up to A. And then I'm gonna put this in B. Aside from the swords machine, there's not really much in that in 0-3. 0-4 is just a line. Sure, there's a secret with the blood orb and the double Maurice, but aside from that, it's not really anything special. Like, it's not a bad level, but then again, none of these levels are bad, so just gonna put it at the bottom of C tier. 0-5, Cerberus. Introduces us to Cerberus. It's pretty standard. You can just go across the lava pit if you're good enough. Yeah, but the platforming portions are, I actually don't remember the last time I went through them. I don't even remember how precarious they are, but just kind of a standard boss level compared to everything afterwards. But the way it introduces the Cerberi is pretty good, so I'll just put it in B. 0-S. Not gonna say anything more about. Yeah, I'm just kidding. So 0-S, good introduction to secret missions, like how they're all just different genres. Like, you know, this one's horror, the next one's a puzzle, and then, you know, so on and so forth. For what it is, it does its job. So yeah, it got me a few times until I learned the strat. Well, a strat that I go with, so I really only ever encounter it once. But hey, as long as I hit that revolver shot, I don't die. So, you know what? I'll just put it middle of C tier, yeah. Now, 1-1, Heart of the Sunrise. The funny secret mission entrance is funny. Aside from that, it's a decently memorable for introducing the nail gun. God, there's the nail gun, and then the rail cannon. I could see why Hikita went and named it the rail cannon rather than the rail gun, because it would easily be mistaken for the nail gun. No, I even mixed up there too, but yeah. It introduced the nail gun. It introduced drones. I just like it. There's not much special about it aside from, you know, the secret level entrance, but I just like it. I like it. I think it's just ever so slightly better than 0-3, so I'll put it at the top of B tier for now. 1-2, arguably the only memorable part about it. Well, no, I almost forgot the Civvy dungeon. For that, plus the introduction of the street cleaners, like that sticks with you for a while. And then the funny skull skip with the electric rail cannon, that's also pretty funny. Honestly, if it wasn't for that cool skip and the Civvy dungeon, I'd probably put it in C tier, but as it is, yeah, I'm gonna put it just above 1-1. 1-3, first S tier level. It's not perfect by any means, but it's really good. Actually, no. It has soap. It has soap. Automatic P rank. Automatic P tier. That's all I'm going to say. It has soap. It has Tundra and Agony, and it introduces the Hideous Mass. Honestly, probably the best level in Act 1, if I'm being honest. Like, that's just how it is. 1-4, there it is. S tier. It's a cool fight. Hard as hell when you first fight him, but once you figure out that you could parry, like, pretty much all of his attacks, he just becomes a joke, honestly. Like, when I first fought V2, when I did a weaponless run a while back, like, sometime last week, he only killed me once. That's how easy he is after you fight him enough. The challenge is funny. Like, after you see V2 jumping through the window at the back, you think to yourself, can I do that? And then you do that, and it works. And it's, like, so cool. And then, you know, the slab revolver is also in this level, and just the way you find the skulls in this level if you don't want to break the window, it's pretty neat. 1-S. Meh. It's nothing special. Some nice puzzles to calm you down after beating Cerberus. But to be fair, Cerberus isn't too bad. Well, he's kind of bad. And by bad, nah, what am I saying? What am I talking about? Okay, back to the point. 1-S. It's the funny puzzle level. I'll just put it above Cerberus. Yeah. Anyway, 2-1, Bridge Burner. The challenge is funny. It's a good speedrun strat that comes out of it that my friend taught me. Funny nuke jump. I can't really nail it. He always beats it faster than I can, but still. First level you get to play with the Knuckle Blaster on, and I think it does that job well. You could just punch everything and just send them all plummeting down into hell. Well, you're already in hell, but I just couldn't think of another word. I like 2-1. But is it better than 0-2? No. Still going in A tier, though. 2-2, on the other hand. See, you get the rail cannon here, but, you know, there's honestly really nothing too special about it, aside from the lore you can find there. You know, I really don't know where to put it. So I'm just gonna do the safe bet, and I'll put it right here between 1-2 and 1-1. Yeah. 2-3, on the other hand, is pretty good. It has the secret entrance, the water draining, also introduces the Mind Flayer. I think it's better than Bridge Burner, but I wouldn't say if I like it more than 0-2. Yeah. I'll just put it there. Court of the Corpse King, 2-4. It's a funny boss. You punch his big punch, and he gets punched harder. Isn't it funny? Well, the fight itself is really nothing special. The way you fight the hand before you go on to fight Minos himself is pretty cool, but yeah, I'll put him right there. And you know what? I'll move 1-2 up to A tier. Sure. Alright, 2-S. On the surface, it's a funny level, but the deeper you look into it, it tackles some really serious themes about existential dread. To anyone watching this video, the time that you have, use it well. Even though the universe is vast and expansive, and that you may seem like a meaningless speck, do what you can, and do what you want. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But as for 2-S, I'll put it top of B tier. Okay, 3-1, Belly of the Beast. It's haha, I can kill Mind Flayer and Acid, haha. Also the P door being hidden off to the side. Also, it's a pretty standard level, sure, there's the triple Serb arena, then there's the arena with the triple Maurice. Of course, the Mind Flayers, I hate Mind Flayers. Honestly, I don't know what to say about certain levels, and this is one of these levels, 3-1. But I'll put it in A tier. 3-2, I don't think it's on the same level as 1-4 in terms of set pieces, but Gabe's just cooler than V1, but the lead up to the fight isn't as cool in my opinion. But still, I'll just put it at the top of A tier. Now, 4-1, on to Act 2. Let's see. Slaves to Power introduces the Virtue, also introduces the Dual Wield power-up, has some cool arenas. 4-1. yeah. Now 4-2, one of my favorite levels in Act 2 and my favorite level in Greed. It's got the entrance to 4-S. It's got the insurrectionist that you can kill by luring it into a pit. It introduces stalkers. There are enough dual wields for you to wield 4 weapons at the same time. It's crazy. I love it. I don't think I need to say anything else about it. Now, 4-3, funny speedrun strat aside, and the goofy challenge. Also has a Mandalore Gaming. I don't like it quite as much as 4-2, but still, it's really good. Oh, it also has soap, so I'm obligated to put it high up too. Yeah. 4-3, S tier. 4-4 has the saw blade launcher, which is pretty good. Like, I personally don't crucify me. I personally don't use it at all. Like, say what you will, those traps can be devastating, but I just don't really find using it to be all that fun compared to the nail gun. Like, I'd rather go rather than, you know, pam, 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 and seeing spinning blades go around a magnet. Like, it's a good way to clear out enemies in the cyber grind and just big arenas, but honestly, I just prefer the nail gun. Just personal preference for me. I don't care what's good and what's not good. I like nail gun. I like nails. I like shooting people with... I love shooting people with pointy metal rather than sharp blades. But yeah, I'm getting sidetracked. 4-4, the V2 fight is better than 1-4 because it's cooler. The way, like, in the second phase, you just slide down the pyramid. But the lead up to it isn't as good, in my opinion. Still, that fight makes up a bulk of it, and also you get to play around with the whiplash at the end there, so honestly it's still an S tier, but I think it's gonna go right below 1-4. Now 4-S, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. 4-S, it's funny. It's Crash Bandicoot. It's literally just Crash Bandicoot. Thank you, Hikita, for putting Crash Bandicoot in ULTRAKILL. The one thing I will say about it is that Clash Mode jump physics, like, they're the same as they are normally, like in normal gameplay, but just in third person, like in the context of, like, platforming, like, you can't double jump, you can't wall jump, you can't even really slam jump either, so, like, just the movement isn't as good as base ULTRAKILL, but it's funny. It's funny, so because of that, I'm gonna put it at the bottom of A tier. Yeah, alright, 5-1 in the Wake of Poseidon. Cool challenge aside, the arenas are pretty cool, seeing how 3 of them are strictly underwater, unless you're doing, you know, the challenge, in which case they're not underwater anymore, but they still have water in them. I think it's a good level, like a way for you to play around more with the whiplash that you just got, since, you know, it doesn't deal hard damage when you're underwater, so just lets you go to town with it, and I think that's good. It lets you fly around more. V2 can't swim, but he can jump higher in water. But, yeah, honestly, this one's gonna have to go above 0-2. Also, it has the entrance to, I Only Say Morning, 5-S, which is funny. Now, 5-2 has the Ferryman. It has Jaquito. Introduces the idols. It does a lot. It also has the, Hark, Neptune struck him dead. It's the lighthouse that you could just slide to if you're, feeling pretty baller. So you know what? Here we have another S rank level, but I'm not sure if I should put it above... Actually, you know what? I'll just... Yeah, I'll put it above them. 5-3 introduces the rocket launcher, has some really good arenas, and when you go through the red arena to grab the red skull, you see the Leviathan for the first time, a little teaser for it. I like that. We'll get to the Leviathan in a bit, but 5-3, Ship of Fools. I also like it. I don't like it as much as 5-2, but I still really like it. So I'm gonna put it there. I think Wrath might be my favorite layer, excluding the boss, because 5-4, the Leviathan, is just kind of meh. It's not a bad boss of anything. Like, the first time I fight it, it's a spectacle, but on repeated fights, it just becomes a joke. And the lead up to it, like the first time you go through the underwater path, lightning strikes, you could see its silhouette. I think that's cool and ominous. But on repeat playthroughs, you're just gonna hop on a rocket and fly up, or just, you know, slam storage still. I think it's it's not a bad boss, but I still think it's just the worst boss in the game as of now. So, again, it's not bad, but I think I'll just put it in I'll put it at the top of C tier. Yeah. Now 5-S. I love fishing in ULTRAKILL. Size 2 fish when Hakita, please. I want size 2 fish. Actually, screw size 2. I want size 3. Where's size 3 fish? Where's size 0 fish? I want size 0 fish. I want no fish. Yeah, I'm going a little off track again, sorry. But, you know, 5-S. It's funny. Just like 4-S. It even has the terminal entries for, like, all the fish and just the TV at the end, which... You caught so many, congrats. So funny, and that also has that leaderboard. Why the hell does it have a leaderboard? It's funny. It's funnier than 4-S. So I'll put it... middle of A tier. Yeah. 6-1. Ooh, dual hideous mass. Angry and rude. The swords machine right at the start. Heresy don't play around. So you know what? I think we have our next P rank level here. I really like it, but I don't think it's as good as 1-. I don't think any level's ever gonna be as good as 1-3. Actually, let's... Maybe Violence, maybe the Prime Sanctums. I will think about that in just a moment, but 6-1, I really like it. It's the right level of hard. That's really all I can say about it. And then 6-2, the Gabe fight's better, the lead up to it is better. Honestly, S, right in between the V2 fights. On to Violence. Garden of Forking Paths. Big Johninator, has the Minotaur, introduction to the mannequins, which in big numbers I hate. There are so many mannequins here. There's too many of them, dare I say. Say skill issue all you want, I hate mannequins, but still, even then, like, the secrets are cool. The giant Serbs are also pretty cool. And the first time I played it, I genuinely got lost and ended up finding Big John. Before I could actually find the exit. I was stupid, okay? Cut me some slack. Either way, 7-1. I'm not sure if it's the best level in Violence, but it's still really good. Definitely S tier because, like, it has 2 bosses in 1 level. And the level itself is also just really good. Like, man. You know, I think I'm gonna have to give this another P tier level. Another P rank S level. Yeah. 7-2, Light Up the Night, introduces gutter men and gutter tanks. Has that alternate weapon that we're going to be getting soon, which is pretty cool, but we don't have it yet, so I can't exactly rank it on that yet. But the challenge is really neat. It actually took me a while to figure it out. I actually had to ask somebody for help with it, but still, that is just a really neat challenge in that level. I'm certain that once that secret weapon is out, it's gonna be really good. But yeah, I'm gonna have to put it in I don't think it's as good as 5-2 though, because nothing's gonna top Chiquito. So you know what? I'll put an S between Claire de Lune and Waves of the Starless Sea. No sound, no memory. I like it. It has again, the 7-S isn't out yet, but it has the secret entrance to that. Then it also has some neat secrets. And that brutal challenge, more so in the final arena. I remember dying quite a few times before I could beat that arena. But still, has some neat set pieces too with the trees that you have to feed with blood. Definitely another S tier level, but just above 5-3. Yeah, now War Without Reason, banger level, I will say that right now. Did I say War Without Reason? No, that's the name of the song that plays in it. I meant like Antennas to Heaven. I like the secret book. I still have no idea what it implies since the book's blank, but you're still getting something from it. Like, is that hell itself talking to you, or is that something that V1's thinking? Like, I genuinely don't know how to interpret that, but it's just cool as hell. And also the Japanese signs plastered around it, just the Earth Mover in general, is really cool. Too many gutter tanks, though, so, still really good. I'm gonna put it right there under goddamn the sun. Alright, Prime Sanctums. P-1. The Spinal Staircase is pretty funny. Then there's the Flesh Prison, and now, of course, Minos. For what it was at the time when it first came out, it was brutal. But now people are better at ULTRAKILL, so Minos Prime is a joke. Well, to me, anyway. Like, Flesh Prison, on the other hand, I still find Flesh Prison a pain, to be honest. Like, yeah, I'm the one, I'm that one person that finds Flesh Prison harder than Minos Prime. Don't at me. But yeah, definitely S or above. I literally don't know where to put it. So you know what? I'm just gonna go with my gut feeling. Right there. Now P-2. It's brutal. You got the Weezer room, then you got the ferryman cutting in, then the 2 Virtues orbitals striking you, then the 2 idled mind flayers. It's just agony. Pure unbridled agony. And then, of course, you have Sisyphus, who is a... yeah, I don't think I need to say anything else, but there's my tier list. Do you like it, guys? Yeah, most of these levels are really good, and then some of them are just good, and then a few of them are just mid. For reference, mid, bad, nothing's bad, good, great, awesome, epic. That's what I think about these levels. So yeah, that's my tier list. I'm gonna be making a tier list for enemies and bosses sometime soon. Not sure when. Hopefully within the next 2 weeks. Hopefully. Well, I mean, hopefully within the next week, but probably in the next 2 weeks. But, you know, we'll see. Maybe sometime sooner than then, but yeah, yep. There's my tier list.